Hi everyone, this is Ellen. I'm gonna wait for a couple minutes and see if people pop on, but otherwise I will just go ahead and start with what Whitney has asked me to share. And I know for a lot of us it's easier to listen to a replay later, so if you have questions or thoughts about what I'm sharing, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll check them later and answer as well. So first of all, thank you for inviting me to do this for the team. It was actually kind of fun to look back over the past and kind of put some things together that have helped me. So thanks for inviting me to do this, Whitney. And just a little bit about myself. I did join in 2015 on my birthday because I'd been introduced to the product by somebody in a food co-op that I was in, and she wasn't quite as familiar with the company, and I didn't really ask any questions because to me it was just going to be something fun. I saw the value of 30% and my girls and I loved the product, and so I thought, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to join and just have fun. There was not a lot of follow-up, which I don't fault her with at all. You know, we're all in a different place. But so my encouragement to you is to make sure that you continue to reach up. About 6 months in, I saw that there was an area meeting in Michigan, and my husband and I took a little camping trip, and I got to go to an area meeting, and I was impressed. I was impressed with the company, and I was blown away by Connie Lasita and her story. So that's kind of what inspired me. I came back to the tent and said to my husband, I think I want to do this business for real because I'm really impressed with the company and it's something that I find fun. So that's how I got started, and so I wrote some things down, kind of tried to be a little bit in order, not exactly an easy thing for me to do. So, you know, like I say, if you have questions. So, being persistent in your business. My very first thing is like what you do. It's really important to enjoy doing your nails or see a value in what you're selling for yourself personally. That makes it a lot easier to share with people. And secondly is believe in the company. And that's what happened to me at that area meeting when I heard the different people speaking. I did meet Adam was there, and like I say, I heard Connie share her story, and it blew me away. And I was like, okay. Thirdly would be educate yourself about the company's culture, its product philosophy, and opportunities. And I really thank Sarah Sorensen for sharing that post that she did, breaking down the different things that were shared with her from other direct sale gals. That was super, super helpful. Thank you, Sarah. And I would really suggest that you look into that and kind of know that in your heart, because that helps convince you when you see and you value the things about the company. And so that's what helped me, and that's kind of what got me started. And the business, in the beginning, it was slow. It was tough. Like I say, I did have friends, daughters who really enjoyed the product, so that's kind of how we got going. Do the trainings. Now there's trainings in the company. There's the Jam University. There is other tools on Facebook and books to read, lots of suggestions. I can mention a few. I'm sure Whitney can guide us. But you want to try to educate yourself and learn about how to do selling. What's easier to fit into your life? There's so many ideas out there. And so I kind of became a student. I kind of studied things, listened to things, became a part of some groups, and that's where I really started learning and making it my style. Listen to the Dare to Dream. That really is a cool place that they're putting together for us. Different people with totally different ideas and different ways of doing things, and that's shared, and you can listen to that on your own time as well. So that kind of like is the broad picture of, liking what you do, feeling comfortable with the company, learning and educating yourself, knowing the ins and outs of our company, and also learning about how to do direct sales. My fifth suggestion, strong suggestion that's often talked about here. Hello, you guys. I'm just realizing that you're saying hi. Hi, Lucy, Chelsea. Thanks for joining. I hope this is helpful. Is touch your business every day. And I know that's really hard. Yesterday, I was all ready to do some really specific things, and I got interrupted. But still in my mind, I knew what I needed to do. And so today, because yesterday didn't really work out, I was very focused in the morning on completing the things that I hadn't done yesterday. So that's the really cool thing with this business, is that we can be flexible, but you really, really want to be doing something in your business every day, even if it is just in your mind, preparing yourself for what you're going to do the next day. Just really get into the habit of always thinking about your business, checking out your dashboard, looking at the orders that have come in. That's really important. So, number 6, Power Hour. And this is talked about often. Maybe some of you don't really know about this, and so I really encourage you to go to the training on JAM University. That's in the JAM Dam. That's where a lot of our product, the photos, and the training is held. Wonderful trainings. So I really encourage you to do that. In the business development section, Calendar Blocking 201 is where they talk about how to do the Power Hour, and they give you even some breakdowns. So that's really super helpful in putting our mind around a really simple system to implement, to focus on touching base with people, keeping up with orders, hostess coaching, and you can make it however it works best for you. If 1 hour one day is good for talking to your hosts, and the second day is dealing with your orders, and the third day is business, you can work it out the way you want to, but really focus on a real focused time, and that will grow your business. One other thing that I heard from a trainer, and I'll share because this really helped me. I'm sometimes kind of a timid person, and it's really hard to make myself do things that are difficult. So that's probably why I'm moving slowly. But I listened to a woman who was talking about how we break things down. And this is talked about a lot by Whitney and our leaders. I know Stacy's talked about this as well. But how we need to kind of look at what is our goal, what is our big picture, and then break it down by the month, and then divide it out by 30, and it really makes it suddenly seem manageable, like this is something that I can do. So I heard a training by a woman named, oh man, her name is slipping my mind now. I can get it for you if you're interested. But she talked about the study that was done so long ago by Pavlov. And you're thinking, what's dogs got to do with Jamberry? But it was really powerful for me. Things that we are uncomfortable doing, we will not do. It's very hard to do. So those things that are uncomfortable for you to do, train yourself, like Pablo did his dogs, salivating at the sound of a bell. Crazy, right? I mean, a bell doesn't do anything, but they had been trained that when they heard the bell, they would salivate because they had been trained with food. And that's how we can train ourselves. We can help ourselves do a difficult thing with something that's really fun, really a treat afterwards. And you want to start small. Don't do 10 people at once. If you're afraid to call at all, do 2 people. And then give yourself a treat. Go to Starbucks, whatever's good for you. Give yourself $5, spending money, something like that. Something that means something to you, that makes you feel like, hey, I can do this. Super, super great idea of small, easy tasks, treating ourselves, learning that we don't need to be afraid of doing those things, but that we can move into it. And when we're done, we just feel so great about ourselves, and it's really a blessing. So that was something that's really helped me. The other thing is to use SMART, S-M-A-R-T, which stands for specific, measurable, so you can measure them in space and time. Actionable, something that takes an action so you know you've done that action. Let it be realistic. I'm the queen of being unrealistic, and so that's why some of these trainings have helped me a lot, because it's like, oh, I can do that, and then I don't get it done because it's way too big, or I've bitten off more than I can chew, and so then I get discouraged. And then also time. When am I going to have this completed by? So you can mark it off and say, I'm done. So, number 8, make a to-do list. And I know that's kind of been talked about on the feed at different times as well, but really good to do a to-do list, especially the night before. That's the best way to do it. Close yourself down if it's 12 o'clock noon and you've worked your 2 hours, or you work in the afternoon after work for a couple of hours, in the evening, whatever is working for you. When that's finished, take a few minutes and get on and make a list of what you're going to do tomorrow, what's important, what you've realized you've missed today, or something that is on the schedule. So your to-do list, then when you start the next day, you can look at that list, you know exactly what you're going to be doing, and it's very helpful with time management. Jump in, get it done, and it's a great feeling, right? So that's another suggestion. Number 9 is to touch people in a personal way. Message, text, phone call. I know we're afraid of that, and truthfully nowadays actually texting and messaging does kind of work better because everybody's so busy, and kind of that gives them that little space and time to make their decisions, think about it instead of feeling put on the spot. But also I have noticed that people really do like to talk as well. It makes them feel connected to you. So I do, once I start a relation, I have a friendship kind of with somebody, I will periodically try to touch base with them on the phone so they hear my voice, I hear their voice. So kind of create a relationship like that too. Texting, messaging is great to kind of get it going and even to set up a chance to talk. Like the one gal lately wanted to talk to me about strengthening her nails, and so I was like, hey, why don't we talk on the phone? I've got a bunch of things that we can walk through, and so that was good for just kind of making myself human to them, and that I value them. The 10th thing is pay attention to your website dashboard. For us, that's really important. Fortunately, we have these gracious leaders that are posting things on our page so that we see them, but just to make sure that you know what's going on for your own self so you don't get caught off guard and going, oh man, it's already the 20th of the month and I didn't know there was this deal with people joining for just shipping. That feels terrible when that happens. So pay attention to the dash. And then also paying attention to the dash, you know what the specials are, and you can message, or you can update your customers, and that makes them feel like you care about them when you're talking to them and letting them know what's going on. My 11th thing is go to conference. You guys, how can it be? But after my first conference, my QV got bigger. And after my second conference, it got even bigger, and I believed I could do even more. Go to conference, even if it is a sacrifice, because you'll really, really be amazed at how much it helps you. You understand a company, you get to meet people, you get to know your team. I mean, I've made such wonderful friends with you guys, and it's so helpful. Wow, we got a storm hitting us. So that's another thing that's really, really important. You know, for me, it was that area meeting. There was a few hundred gals there. It was something set up by Jamberry. If you can't make the conference, go to one of those. Make sure that you're in touch with other people in the company, because it really, yes, Whitney, it's a game changer. And I can testify to that. I mean, I was hitting the thousands after conference. So I really, really encourage you. And so then my last thing would be, make sure the friends that you meet, and make sure that you create a buddy, a friend, some friends that you can get encouragement from, and can kind of ask questions, or when you're stumped or you're really struggling, you got somebody to talk to. And that's what we're here for each other. And you get to know each other. I mean, you spend a few nights together. Yeah, right, Chelsea? You run out to the taco wagon in the evening. It's just fun. And we have friendships now that really make it valuable. So that would really be my encouragement. So I just want to also talk for a couple of points here about ways to increase your business. This is what I've done that's helped my business. So first of all, listen to everybody's ideas and try them. I know that a lot of times it's like, oh, I don't think I could do that. Try it. So, like Chelsea said, hand out samples and catalogs. Have the stuff in your bag, in your diaper bag. Don't even just have it in the car. Have it on you. It's amazing. I was in a nursery picking up plants for my son 2 days ago. And a woman, a gal, an employee at the nursery, saw my nails, and she goes, oh, are those? And she didn't really know what she's saying. She knew there weren't stickers, and she said she had seen it at a French market. And I pulled out a sample and a catalog, and she was interested in ordering for the 3-for-1, and wondered if the video that I was going to send her about application she could send on to her daughter. You never know. Now, to be honest, I have passed out samples and catalogs for almost 3 years, have never gotten a thing from them. I know some of you guys get tons. It's just, you know, who knows? But then number 2 would be the way that I've been able to do my business, is to do the vendor event. So I've actually adapted the Debbie Bird. She did, she posted about how she did her vendor events, and I felt comfortable with that, and I thought, I'm going to try that. So true to Jamberry style, generosity, sharing everything that somebody who's not even a part of my team, not even my upline, and she gives us everything that I needed to get this to work. And this is what works for me. I have gals fill out that slip. They put it in my little pot. I take all of their names, addresses, emails. I put all that information into my phone immediately. And I also put in parentheses after their name what vendor event it was, or what party. So I know, you know, I can sort through my brain, oh, that's that person. And then they all, I message each one of them, and I say, congratulations, you're one of my winners, and I can give you the wording after that, but you just tell them that they've won a spa party for a couple, 3 friends, and you make it sound really fun, and I get at least 2, 3, 5 responses. Some people don't follow through, but that's where I have gotten my best customers, great friends, people who are on my VIP group that order all the time. So that has really worked for me. So handing out catalogs and samples, I still do it, but vendor events is what's worked for me. The other thing is, there's a gal called Katie Powell. She did a presentation called Fresh Momentum with Cold Market Ideas. Watch that, because she talks about the Debbie Bird thing as well. And then her other ideas, I thought of Lucinda, because Lucinda actually doesn't have vendor events around her. So Lucinda, this is for you. She had the also suggestion that you put a box at a business, an office, someplace where you have a relationship with and they're comfortable with you doing that, and you put your customer slips there and you do the same thing. You basically let them put it in a box, win a free prize or free Manny or whatever you want to put, and then you follow up on those people that put their name and their address and offer one-on-ones or parties or whatever you want to do. So that works as well. I thought of you, Lucinda. The other thing is get StyleBox customers, because StyleBox customers, man, all my numbers went away this morning or yesterday morning, and then I had 190 in QV just with my StyleBox gals. People add things, help them understand that they can get free shipping. I've got a customer who consistently orders a buy 3 get 1 free in her box. Another one who actually is a Style VIP, so she gets her Style box and her Style VIP on her buy 3 get, oh no, she bought 3 and then she got the discount. They have fabulous options for our customers, so help them be aware of that. And then the last thing that I've done that I think has really helped my business as well is do a once a month open house, especially if a lot of your customers are in your area. Offer to have a little afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. I've switched it now. I'm alternating Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. I get gals who are consistent with coming, and other ones are like, oh, I think I can come this month. Usually I only have like 2-4 gals that are here. It's very manageable, and I try to make sure that I have something. Like I had Chrome the first time. I tried to have the lookbook available. It came the day after I had my open house. But anyway, that's something as well that I've done that has really helped customers feel confident in the things that they want to buy. They try it and they're like, oh, I like this, or oh, I love matte top coat True Shine, and so I sell that. So yeah, Friday coffees, great idea. Thanks, Whitney. Yes, so those are the things that I have done. I've slowly implemented in my business, and I have fun, I enjoy it, and I feel like I'm doing better. So lastly, I want to really encourage any of you gals that are just beginning, please feel free to reach out and ask for a conversation with Whitney or your upline Stephanie, Sarah, any of those gals that are your team managers. They are more than willing. And that was really what held me in this company in that very beginning, after that 6 month with, hearing about the company and hearing Connie's conversation, is I was lost. My team had gone away. My team manager was gone. And I reached out on this page and I asked Whitney for help, and she gave me ideas. She told me what to do, and I tried it, and here I am. So thank you for the encouragement. Thank you to my friends. Join us in conference, and you will have lots of cool friends as well with us. So keep being persistent, because it's a fabulous company to be with, and it's a really fun job. Love you guys. Have a good evening. Bye.